It's your boy, Edwardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft and DraftStream games. We're going solo tonight. This shortened Thanksgiving week has already caused a little bit of havoc with our guest schedule, so you get me tonight. Might even be a shorter show for you, so you luck out at the end. And tonight we're going to be covering our top 5 things that I'm personally watching now from the Cinema Draft DraftStream game. And before we get into that, usually we start off with something, tell us something good. And well, first of all, look at my beautiful background. I am a Seattle native, repping on my chest, repping in my head everywhere I go. So enjoy the lovely background. But it is Thanksgiving week, and I guess we should be thankful for a few things, even if we can all acknowledge the true nature of the holiday is a bit fucked up. But yeah, so I am thankful for the other thing, which is exploding right now, which is Bitcoin. That's right, Blacks in Bitcoin. Yeah, my little site, blacksinbitcoin.com, in case you are interested. But no, Bitcoin is rising, pulling up the rest of the altcoins with it. It's just a great time to be alive. Everyone recognizing the great store of value that Bitcoin is. If you don't have some now, you think it's too expensive, get some now, because I promise you, within our lifetime, most likely within the next 5 to 10 years, it will be worth over $1 million per Bitcoin. 19,000 is a bargain. All right, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. The top 5 things I am watching, and let me share my screen. All right, there we go. Now, the first thing I guess I can say I'm watching from last week's talent pool would be I Hate Susie. And these are in no order, mind you. I don't have them ranked per se, but I really did enjoy I Hate Susie. I Hate Susie, story of, here it goes. A female celebrity has her whole life upended when her phone is hacked and a photo of her emerges in an extremely compromising position. Basically, her dick pics got out with a guy who was not her husband. So that was really fun to examine. Billie Piper, I mean, she's just so great. We don't see enough for over here in the United States. I first was exposed to her way back in the aughts, in the noughties, as they call them, with Secret Diary of a Call Girl. I thought she was great in that. I did not realize she was in Mansfield Park. That was her? Seriously? She was Fanny? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay. I did see this. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I get. That was her. Yeah. So she's had an interesting career, mostly away from the eyes of us Americans. Oh, Penny Dreadful. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen that. No, but yeah, she's great. She's at the center of everything in this. I think she co-created this with a writer named Lucy Prebble, Prebble, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's just amazing work. I mean, she's obviously beautiful. She's got these very broad and expressive features, and they do a really good job of playing to the neuroses of a one-time kind of not quite a child star, more like a teen star. A teenage star who's kind of been coasting off of it part of her life, kind of stumbled her way into like a genre TV show that made her popular again, and watching all that fame being, put at risk for an extramarital affair. And the way they handle it with the camera work and how she may be losing her mind, or maybe she's becoming more honest with who she really is. All these roles that we take on as we kind of stumble through life, wife, mother, actor, friend, how all of these roles may slowly kind of chip away at who we really are, and kind of the pathway to rediscovering who you truly are and living in the truth of it and the ugliness of it. I thought she was really good in this role. I think the woman who plays her best friend, Naomi, played by Layla Farzad. I mean, she is. It's really actually a love story between these two women who've been, friends since basically junior high or whatever. Naomi acts as her agent and sometimes drug procurer, and it's just a really great. Yeah, here we go. Naomi and Susie. I mean, it's like most long-running relationships. It's slightly dysfunctional, but they do truly love each other in their own twisted ways, and it really is about their friendship and just kind of the endurance of their friendship during these difficult, troubling times. I really like Layla Farzad. I need to see her in more stuff. She's new to me, but I think she's done most of her work also over in the UK. This is all set in London, very UK centric, somewhat in the Brit efficient model. It's only a half-hour drama, so that might turn you on to it. And yeah, and all the Billie Piper you can handle. She's just wonderful. Look at these features, man. Just big expressive features. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. So that's my first one. I Hate Susie. Another one that I've watched this past week was The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. Can I get there? There we go. And as you can see, I rated this a 10 out of 10. It had it all. It had all your nostalgia. It had all the great clips and moments. And it even had, yes, the two Aunt Vivs. It had an original, had the OG Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, who's taken on, very, very, very low-key, low-grade icon status in the Black community, mostly because not only was she the first, but she's, a strong, dark-skinned Black woman who basically kind of stood up for herself and eventually got bounced because a much younger, more immature Will Smith had beef with her. And what was beautiful to see in this reunion was they got together and squashed it. It was great. They got together and aired it out. They both apologized to each other, mostly him apologizing to her. She was dealing with some stuff that he couldn't have possibly known happened. And it was just good to see the gang all back together again. And R.I.P. James Avery, Uncle Phil. Just a great actor, great actor who did a lot with little. This isn't one of the great comedies of our time, but it really gives you that nostalgic '90s feel. And those of you who are younger than I, who discovered it through reruns, I mean, I'm sure it's probably lost a little bit of its luster, a little bit of speed off its fastball. But man, it was great seeing some of those old clips again, doing the Carlton, it's not, there we go. It's not unusual to be loved by you. Yeah, I don't even know how it goes. The Tom Jones of it all. I mean, Alfonso did a Carlton live at the end with Will. It was just great to see. It really was great to see everybody all grown, living their best lives. Just a ray of sunshine in the midst of our pandemic, All right, so another show I'm watching, and this is from this same talent pool, Big Sky, baby. Draft Mom watched this also, and there's a very interesting twist at the end, which I will not spoil, but very attractive leads up front. I love seeing Kylie Bunbury get work. I thought she got the short end of the stick after they canceled her first MLB woman baseball player drama on Fox called Pitch. She was great in that. John Carroll Lynch, veteran character actor. Catherine Winnick, I guess, plays the estranged wife of Ryan Phillippe's private detective, and this is his partner, Cassie, and they have a very interesting relationship. The very interesting triangle there where they all kind of hash everything out, and it's David E. Kelly. I mean, it's interesting. He's a good writer, and even when he kind of steps it down for network TV, he knows how to write good drama. So, and it's a bit of a mystery as well. So, I'm hooked. Can't wait to see where it's going to go next. And also nice sweeping vistas of Montana, aka Big Sky Country. So I was happy to see that. Now going back a talent pool or so, here it is. What I'm watching is a teacher. Now they dropped the first 3 episodes the opening weekend, so we got a good flavor for it. And then they're doing 1 episode a week from there on out. I think it comes out on Hulu. I think they did the first 3 on FX as well to kind of get people hooked, and they send them over to Hulu. And yeah, call me a creepy old perv, but I'm into it. And I mean, it's well done. Obviously, abusing your power as a teacher over a student, however consensual, is a bad and illegal thing to do. But I just think the way they set up these characters, both flawed in their own ways. Obviously, we're gonna come down on the teacher, no matter how hot she is. Kate Mara, pretty hot, girl next door hot. She's got her own issues. You kind of wonder why someone like her would risk it all for a teenage student, even as conventionally good looking as Nick Robinson. But it kind of works, and it's and at one point I think I even tweeted out, who's running game on who at this point, because it seems like he's got almost as much control over the situation as she does. And while yes, it will never be okay or legal for her to exploit her position of power and age in having a sexual relationship with her student, he's got some game. Like he's got his own little kind of semi-star athlete, popular guy at school, jock swagger to him that he's able to effectively kind of play on an emotionally vulnerable, woman. I don't know. It's interesting. And they also, strangely enough, set this back in, of all times to go back to, 2013. You're like, okay, what was really, 7 years ago, I guess we're in the throes of Obama, but I mean, 2013, where were you in 2013? I guess I was in Vegas playing online poker and live poker, just grinding it out. I don't know. But yeah, so it's an interesting story. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. We already know how it's going to end. It has to end in disaster. There's absolutely no way these two can run off together and be happily ever after. So just like a James Bond film, you know how it's going to end, but the entertainment is in the journey. So yeah, so A Teacher started on Fox, but now I believe is playing on Hulu. Or not Fox, FX. Started on FX, now is playing on Hulu. So check that out. Exclusively FX on Hulu. See, so it's an FX show that's on Hulu. I don't get that branding either, but find it on Hulu. And the last thing I am watching from 2 weeks ago, Talent Pool, is, of course, The Crown. I enjoy every season. This might be its most enjoyable yet. Every episode looks like $1 trillion. Great performances, great actors. Let's see if we'll get the right pictures for this. Nope, that's going back. And I mean, you love to see it. You love to see all these actors playing these real life characters, real life people, and sometimes, I mean, begrudgingly they humanize some of their worst tendencies. Like obviously Charles is a bit of a villain in real life. They humanize him very well in season 3 of The Crown, where you kind of came to understand how and why he couldn't be with the woman he loved, Camilla Parker Bowles, kind of a lifelong love affair or whatever, and how that pushing down those feelings, kind of like a raisin in the sun. What happens to a dream deferred? It's like a raisin in the sun. Does it, grow or something, or does it explode? I can't remember the Lorraine Hansberry opening poem, but yeah, but it basically kind of explodes into a dysfunctional bundle of into a dysfunctional block of ice, an emotional block of ice, where he really can't truly share the rest of his life with anyone so long as Camilla Parker Bowles is around. So I thought Emerald Fennell is great at Camilla Parker Bowles. You may also know her as the showrunner to Killing Eve, the BBC production that's won a few Emmys, very popular. I enjoy Killing Eve myself. Nothing will top that first perfect season, though, I don't think. Anyways, The Crown also brings on Gillian Anderson, DePaul Theater School alumna, as a very, very convincing Margaret Thatcher. Nails the voice and the mannerisms and all of that. It's wild. It's good stuff. And unnervingly so. And they humanize her as well. You kind of find out, I mean, and I totally forgot about The Iron Lady, a movie I'm actually rewatching right now for another reason I'll get into later. But you kind of forget that Margaret Thatcher was the daughter of a shopkeeper, very, very working class, truly believed in being totally self-reliant and the whole pull yourself up by your own bootstraps type stuff, banking on no help from anybody, which is a bit of a fraud. We all need help from people. We all need a social safety net. No one is on a continuous trajectory upwards, but it was really interesting to see how Gillian Anderson channeled that Thatcherian stick-to-itiveness and do something and you must rely only on yourself and your wits, and hard work is the only work at all. And the way that her Margaret Thatcher got down was always to work hard. Like, she didn't really know what having fun is. Fun is in doing the work, as she says in Balmoral episode 2. So seeing the kind of culture clash between her hardworking working class sensibilities as the new prime minister of England in 1980, 79, 80, somewhere around there, and butting up against, the Queen, born into privilege and power, raised to be, the Queen of England, thrust upon her at an early age, presses down all of her natural tendencies and emotions until she's this perfectly formed symbol of, I wouldn't say passivity, but impartiality and repressed feelings that kind of coming up against the inertia of the crown, who will be there when you come in as a prime minister and will be there when you go out as a prime minister. Seeing that kind of inertia of royalty up against an active, getting her hands dirty, everyday leader from working class, everyday working background, it's just fascinating in the ways they portrayed it. Just two great actors at the top of their game. This is going to get all the Emmys. Book it now. And then also, of course, this is the season of Diana. I mean, I'd heard some people weren't totally in love with Emma Corrin's portrayal of Diana. I honestly thought it was pitch perfect. You go back and listen to the Diana tapes or see her public appearances. She nails a lot of the mannerisms, the kind of shy, retiring voice, and all of that good stuff. I mean, it makes you really, her portrayal of Diana makes you really kind of want to seek out a little bit more about it. I ended up watching a Netflix movie. I think it was basically the taped conversations of Princess Diana, and could get a little more added background, see where the fact and the fiction kind of diverged. Highly recommend it. So The Crown, and this is, of course, they go on 2-year cycles with the cast. So this cast, having played seasons 3 and 4, are being swapped out next year. I believe Elizabeth Debicki is playing Diana. Imelda Staunton is playing Queen Elizabeth. Thatcher's out, and I'm trying to remember who's playing Prince Charles. Actually, no, we can actually look this up, because we are here. Yeah, all we have to do is go to the episode guide. Let's go season 5, which I think they already have filmed or are in the process of filming. So hopefully that'll be out next year. Yeah, Imelda Staunton, Jonathan Pryce will be, I guess, Prince Philip. Leslie Manville will take over Helena Bonham Carter's role as Princess Margaret. There we go. And that's all they've got listed. So anyways, looking forward to that next iteration of the season. And, check out season 4. It's excellent. I highly recommend it. And so those are the 5 things I am watching now. We're going to take a short break. and then be this, and then introduce you guys to those of you who are new to the program about the DraftStream game, how it works, and then we'll be back with our quarantine movie of the week and a DraftStream alpha test game update. Be right back. And we're back. All right. So before I forget, too, one thing that I am also watching that I can't believe I overlooked, probably one of the most exciting shows I'm watching right now, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Do that now. There we go. Is the TV show Industry. It's basically, how did someone put it? Basically, The Wolf of Wall Street meets Melrose Place. That seems pretty accurate. A lot of young, hot people who are traders in London's financial district. Modern day London's financial district, just, being hot, young, having a lot of sex. It's a very sexy show, lots of gratuitous nudity. Thank you. And some very compelling young stars. These guys are all I've never heard of any of them, to be honest with you, but they're all really doing a great job. Shout out to, I want to say, Mihala Harold, I think that's her name. She plays kind of the protagonist, Harper, young American over there mixing up with the Brits, has a bit of a shady past. We see her in the pilot forging her transcript for some reason. So there's a story there, I'm sure. And she's out to be the best. She's being mentored by Ken Lung. Not sure if you remember him. Right now they have her rooming with this one right here. Her character name is Yasmin Darakashani. Karani. She's basically a bit of a trust fund kid. Her mother is insanely wealthy, and so she kind of lives in one of her mom's flats. And yeah, sorry for the bad British accents here, but I love me a good accent. Great British accent show here for you if you're a connoisseur like I am. And yeah, and so their dynamic is getting to be more interesting. I think we're only 3 episodes in. This poor guy worked his tail off to be part of the team. But and I enjoyed it immensely. I was tweeting about it last night, and Mihala, she actually liked one of my tweets, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so and the black dude, Gus. Let's actually get a good picture with him in it. There we go. This guy, this face he has right here, this is the face he makes the entire fucking series. He is so annoying. I don't know if he's like Joffrey evil, but right now my tweet said basically there may not be a bigger dick on series TV right now than Gus. It's not cute, but I guess every good drama needs a villain, and she liked that tweet, and it's true. He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy, at least so far. Very full of himself, very cocky, likes breaking up relationships. Kind of is keeping a relationship of his in the closet per se, as he's gay. I don't think he necessarily hides that, but he's having a relationship with one of his superiors. Not a good look. So I don't know, but yeah, he's a bit of a dick. Anyway, he went to Eton and Oxford, so he's got all that up in his head. So yeah, he's pretty high in his own supply. But I really enjoy the show so far. Like I said, the first 3 episodes have already been let out one at a time the past 3 weeks. But now, word on the street, according to Mihala, the star, so she should know. Shares of Industry HBO will be definitely up this Friday as the show is releasing its final 5 episodes all at once on HBO Max. Now, I don't know if that means that they're dumping the show or it's meant to be binged. I don't care. I love the show. I'm gonna binge it. That's what I'm doing, I guess. After all the football's done Thursday night at Thanksgiving. All right, so that's the last addendum to what I'm watching. On to the draft. Oh, sorry, not even DraftStream update. Well, let's go to our quarantine movie of the week. Our quarantine movie of the week last week was The American President. Oh no, actually no, it wasn't. That was it was Me Before You, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was Me Before You. For some reason, I did not pin that. Bad Edwardo. Yeah, pinned to the profile. Duh. All right. It was Me Before You. And, a bit of a weepy. Hope you guys watched that this past week if you haven't seen it before. The movie this week is going to be, let's get off industry. The Iron Lady, as I alluded to earlier. And the Iron Lady basically has an elderly Margaret Thatcher kind of revisiting, her life as she's slowly deteriorating in a care facility as the retired prime minister. And this is a role that won Meryl Streep an Oscar. So it's worth checking out for that. And I started rewatching it just today, so I'm about maybe a third of the way through. And kind of hits on all those earlier themes I mentioned in our discussion of The Crown. The resilience, the self-reliance, all of those mores she kind of had ingrained into her as a shopkeeper's daughter. Hard working, so it's kind of coming to play. But also, it's a bit of a tough watch too, because it's hard to watch. And Meryl Streep does a great job at this. It's hard to watch her in decline. We know Meryl Streep is as vital and vibrant as ever, but it's hard watching someone. Even Margaret Thatcher, who everyone's got an issue with. I have an issue with her. Her brand conservatism, basically threw the United Kingdom into a toilet for a decade. But just watching someone in decline, someone who was once at the top of their game, if given all their mental faculties would just be sharp as a tack and have a lot to contribute to society, just watching her play someone in decline is tough. That's how great a performance and actor Meryl Streep is. So that's our quarantine movie of the week. Tweet me at Play Cinema Draft on Twitter with your tweet length review. All right. And so finally, we will take a quick look at this week's talent pool. As mentioned in the newsletter, I'll tweet this out actually. So if anyone follows us on Twitter, as a reminder, basically your call sheets are due tonight. You're probably seeing this Wednesday, and because of the Thanksgiving holiday coming on Thursday, no one wants to be filling out a call sheet, and no one probably will fill out a call sheet for Thursday. So we are pushing up to Wednesday. We'll have our normal updates Saturday with the podcast, with a podcast video, Sunday with just the email update, and then Monday with the final results and next week's talent pool. So definitely get your call sheets in tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time. 3 max call sheets as per usual. Follow the rules. And at quick glance, there could be some value here in Black Beauty, Disney Plus movie. Everyone's home during the holidays, family movie. Everyone can watch it together. Might be some value at 8,400. Kate Winslet, Mackenzie Foy as your headliners. What else is interesting? Deathcember. Not off to a good start, but I think it's getting reviewed fairly well. So I'm not sure if this actually has value on the high end, but if you're going for a low ball call sheet, you might have some value here. Fat Man, I don't think this is going to perform pretty well as reflecting the pricing. 7,100. Mel Gibson. Why is he still here? Walton Goggins. Oh, I love Walton Goggins. I might have to watch it just for Walton Goggins. He's great. Shout out the Unicorn Hive, if there is such a thing. Also, Girl. I don't know. VOD. Haven't seen much advertising for this at all. But I like the leads in it. Bella Thorne, Mickey Rourke. Seems kind of gritty and dirty. Young woman returns to her small hometown intent on killing her abusive father, only to discover someone murdered him the day before. As the girl searches for answers, she uncovers a family legacy more dangerous than she had imagined. Reel me right in, why don't you? All right, so I think we'll have to check this out. but not off to a great start, as you can see. And this came out today. All right, so you see people weighing in on this today already. This one right here at 12,300 might be your biggest bargain. Happiest season. Basically, Mackenzie Davis plays a woman with a girlfriend whom she brings home for, I guess this Thanksgiving for Christmas, but no one knows that she's out yet. So they're kind of playing off of that. I mean, it's 2020. A little bit of I wouldn't say it's a totally dated situational comedy, but I love the cast. This cast is pretty great. So I'm definitely probably going to give it a shot. And I think it's got some feel-good potential, like seriously. And I think Alison Brie wrote this. Is that correct? No, I'm sorry. No, she stars in it. Clea Duvall. There we go. Clea Duvall, actor and a writer. She wrote and directed this. So I'm intrigued. I think it's got some feel-good potential. And if you're filling out your lowball call sheets, Hillbilly Elegy is just getting decimated. I mean, just destroyed. Although it was interesting, it seems like the audiences are giving it a comeback. The critics hate this movie, so it's already starting out at a deficit. But it looks like, and it came out today as well. Wow, my days are blurring together. 24th, so that's today. Came out today. So audiences are starting to discover it. What about Google? What does Google say? %. Wow, I am conflicted. And look at this. Hillbilly Elegy is one of the worst movies of the year. A dreary movie. Human anguish into Oscar bait. I mean, just cynical titles, but people actually like this. So you know what? I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to do it. We'll see what the Draft Mom thinks of this as well. And then Saved by the Bell, one of the highest priced titles this weekend, $15,500 for Elizabeth Berkley and Mark Paul Gosselaar. This is the reboot. It's on Peacock. In this case, you're paying for points, not for value. I'm pretty sure. I doubt this gets anywhere near 120, 125 points you need for value per se. But yeah, I'd probably have some exposure to this. Maybe get the headliner stack in there. Or if it doesn't do as well as we think it will, then this could be the salary anchor you need to get to the requisite 75,000 for the lowball call sheets you may enter. So check that out. Saved by the Bell, the reboot. I know I probably will as well. Superintelligence, Melissa McCarthy, Bobby Cannavale. Bobby Cannavale. There we go. He's Italian. Cannavale. I actually think I'm up for this little sitcom as well. Situational comedy. I guess sitcoms aren't necessarily just TV. You can have a situational comedy that's a movie. So it seems like a very situational comedy-ish thing. A superintelligence tries to study an average woman while the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Oh, as the AI decides to enslave, save, or destroy humanity, it's up to Carol to prove that people are worth saving. Look, I'm in. Give me anything with an evil AI, and I'm in. Nobody's watching the show called Next. It actually already got pre-canceled. They're not bringing it back for a second season. So they're burning off the episodes. But this is actually really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. John Slattery plays kind of like a slightly older Elon Musk type person, but like a lot less flashy maybe, and a lot more paranoid, let's put it that way. And his own AI that he helped build is trying to destroy the world. So, and it's really freaky, the things they're doing with it, but it's worth watching, honestly. If you want to see the extent of this stuff, you should check out Next. In its 10 lonely little episodes. I mean, I don't think anyone will pick it up, but it's a really good show. I enjoyed it. And it's flying totally under the radar for reasons, I guess. All right. So we're going to bring this in for a landing there. Usually this would be the part of the episode where I'd ask someone to plug their ish. I have no ish to plug except for, of course, Bitcoin. And if you want to know more about Bitcoin and my involvement in it, go to blacksinbitcoin.com. A lot of great stuff there. You can find out if you're new to Bitcoin and engage with, or you can read some of my articles and thoughts on cryptocurrency and the direction Bitcoin's headed at. All right. So thanks everybody for watching this week. No real guests, just what I'm watching. Appreciate your playing. We are weeks away, a mere weeks away from having a working web app. So hang in there with us just a few more weeks with the spreadsheets. Get your call sheets in by 6 p.m. Pacific time this Wednesday, probably today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for playing. And I will see you next time with guests, I hope. Fingers crossed. Thanks, everybody.